I'm Fergus Murray. I'm an independent researcher and co-founder of Amaze, Autistic Mutual Aid Society Edinburgh. I was a teacher in the classroom for about 10 years, teaching science, often to neurodivergent kids, but not exclusively. I'm now working as a private tutor and mentor with kids who have not had great time in mainstream education.
Wonderful. I'm Sam Friedman. I'm a lecturer in applied psychology at the University of Edinburgh within Moray House School of Education and Sport. I originally trained as a teacher before moving into academia, and my research interests primarily focus on the intersection of neurodiversity, well-being, and experiences in nature, but I'm very interested in the creation of neuroaffirming spaces, especially at schools.
And our chapter is What Autistic-Led Theories Mean for Education.
So, based on our backgrounds, you could probably guess a bit about why we wrote this. For me personally, having trained as a teacher in the US, I trained as a special education teacher there, and then having taught on an initial teacher education course in the UK, I was very struck by the gaps in knowledge of future teachers around neurodiversity and what is in, the inaccurate information that is often being taught and the accurate information that is often left out. So that's where my personal interest came from.
And I certainly found in my own teacher training, there was some very good stuff about special needs education, um, but very little directly about what it actually means to be autistic or ADHD in a school environment.
So the main take-home point for our chapter, what our chapter is about, is what every educator ought to learn from theories developed by autistic people over the last third of a century. And these are theories that started with thinking about autism, but which all tell us something about humans more generally. So, a few of the theories that we discuss in particular include neurodiversity, monotropism, and the double empathy problem. And some of these might be familiar to people.
Neurodiversity is the observation that different people have very different experiences and ways of processing the world, and that because of this, many people are disabled. Um, that is to say that it's not just a problem with them, um, whereas the sort of medical paradigm for thinking about different ways of experiencing the world would have autism and ADHD and dyslexia and so on down as disorders. The neurodiversity paradigm says, well, hang on, are we sure that those are problems with the individual? Um, like maybe there are some good things about there being autistic people in a society. Maybe it's healthy that ADHDers exist. The double empathy problem suggests that the reason why autistic people sometimes have trouble empathizing with other people is because we have very different experiences of the world. And that is a general thing, that if people experience things very differently, then they have trouble understanding each other and recognizing each other's emotions. Monotropism is the idea that some people have their attention pulled in very strongly by a small number of interests at a time, and other people spread their attention more widely. And people whose attention tends to be focused very tightly are usually autistic.
Wonderful. So we're both active on Blue Sky. My handle is SA Friedman. That's spelled Friedman, like Friedman, .bsky.social. Fergus.
And I'm fergus.oolong.co.uk on there. I
Wonderful.
also run the monotropism.org account